how can then we safeguard from ourselves not to be dependent on the other person, even though it may be coming from a place of love?
Yeah, it's really easy to become enmeshed in another person. You start dating somebody and all of a sudden you're, doing all the same activities together and you kind of forget who you are a little bit. You forget any hobbies that you used to have because you're truly just kind of picking up what everybody else is or what your partner is wanting to do. I'm sorry. Can you still hear me? Okay. The Yeah, it's hard. So you really need to know who you are and you need to know what your interests are and you need to find a way to um, have a life with the other person where you each do your own activities and at the end of the day you come together and you share everything that you've learned that day. But it's easy to become enmeshed in somebody else's life. And it's easy to, identify yourself as a parent or, so all I do is I'm just a parent. I'm just a dad. And my whole life revolves around my child. But you can't forget who Terrain is, right? Terrain, although you do have different roles with different people, you still need to be you and you still need to know what makes you tick and you can abandon yourself but it's hard to do for sure and it's easy to become enmeshed in somebody else's life and world.
I think that's a difficulty for a lot of people, especially like, let's say, or if a relationship is new or they've wanted it so badly. Like, I used to date a girl and she wanted to become a mother so badly, right? Her sister had kids, her brother had kids. She was the one out of the three that didn't have children. And she wanted it so badly that Anja, whomever was going to give her this child, she would take
Yeah,
it.
yeah, absolutely.
Right? So she developed a dependency on the person that was she was with after me just because she can see the goal and the goal was so important to her that whatever values that person had, whatever beliefs that person had, she would become enmeshed in it. She would absorb it. And unfortunately, when it didn't work out now, she had a little bit of identity crisis because she lost herself in the pursuit of the goal. How do we then pull someone back and remind them that you were someone before this peer group, you were someone before this relationship, and you will be someone after as well?
Yeah, that takes it really takes getting to know who you are and it's easy and codependents often abandon themselves in because there is this want to have these relationships with people. They're desperate for love. They're it's just you're needing something from somebody else when really you need to need that stuff from yourself. Like you're the only constant, you're the only person that's going to be there your entire life. So if you grew up trying to get love and affection, and you craved that as a child, you're going to crave that when you're an adult as well. And really, you're the only person that's going to love you your whole life. But if you don't love yourself and you need it from other people, it's easy to lose who you are once you're in that relationship because that person is validating you. And if you're not able to validate yourself, then you're just not going to go anywhere. So, um, you end up stuck in these relationships where, maybe you're getting what you need, maybe you're not getting what you need, but you just need to be able to strengthen that relationship that you have with yourself and be confident enough to live with somebody without needing emotional validation from them. But it's hard and then it comes with getting to know yourself a lot better and learning to love who you are and being able to validate yourself without depending on other people to give that to you.
I look at the five love languages, and for me growing up, I didn't hear words of affirmation,
Yeah.
right? I got a lot of gifts, but they were hollow. Shut up, Terrain. Here's a gift. We
Yeah.
love you, Terrain. Even though we don't show it, here's a gift. So, in the pursuit of all my relationships, I wanted words of affirmation. Like many people who develop a love language, it's sometimes rooted in what they didn't get as a child. So they develop it as, okay, I wasn't shown quality time. So I want that from my partner. I didn't hear, I love you, you're doing well. I want that from my partner. But I sometimes wonder if people sometimes go overboard with it where they seek it out to your point, and it's an emotional response to it, and they're dependent on it, and they become so attached to the person that as long as they hear what they always wanted to hear as a child, it doesn't matter the treatment. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter the behaviors. Do you see that as well?
Yeah, yeah, I do. And love languages are interesting because we crave certain things, and if someone's giving you what you need, you're getting these words of affirmation from them, but then, then they turn around and they maybe they hit you, or they do something that's, not congruent with those words of affirmation, but you're getting part of what you need, right? And it's something that you really want. It becomes really complicated. And yeah, if you never got those words of affirmation when you were a child, and that's something that you really wanted, it's easy to become hyper focused on finding people who will give that to you, even though they might not be the healthiest people for you.